That was a mistake. So I'm a little bit bummed out. We are expecting a pretty nasty winter storm tomorrow, and I have tomorrow off. Tavish is off of school tomorrow, so we were gonna just really attack the truck, but that is changing our plans because of weather. So I've got to convert this into a winter workshop, meaning the wife's car is gonna have to park outside, and she is not very thrilled about that either. So, but I'm going to wrap a tarp around the frame of the truck. We don't need it to be exposed to any more weather. And then I'm going to get the bed pulled in from outside into here, and we're going to work on the bed tomorrow. So that's the quick update. Now let's just make all these things happen. So I got this thing all ready to roll over on its top side. I think I've got 2x4s down so that we can roll it without doing too much damage to it. I had to zip tie those so that they wouldn't flop around and get all bent up. Waiting on my muscle to get here. Perfect.
Yep, that's pretty rusty.
Yes, it is. Yep, that's me. Alright, so we're all set up here in the garage to start attacking the rust on the bottom of this. We've got a buildup of grease we've got to scrape off, lots of sanding. Let's just get after this and see how far we can make it today. You may be wondering, what the heck's that all about? This is a shared space shop. Our laundry is actually right behind that curtain. Those are the cheapest drop cloths you can get. They're actually disposable paint drop cloths. You can get them at Lowe's, Home Depot, whatever. And I just hung them from the ceiling with screws. When I'm not using them, I roll them up and then set them up on top of my light fixtures. And then when I pull them down, clip them closed with these big old fat paper clips that hold them together. It doesn't completely solve a dust problem, but it keeps it contained into a specific area. So it's a little hint for you, a clue you can try to keep your wife happy. Gotta keep mama happy. Anyway, let's get working on that. That's what this is all about. This is actually gator paper, but it's fabric, so it tears, but it's more like tearing duct tape because it has fibers through it, whereas the paper stuff just kind of crumbles and falls apart. So this you can tear into small pieces and then still get down in where you need to go. So I'll leave links down below to all this kind of stuff and little tips and tricks like that. Make it easier on yourself. You know how I mentioned that there's a winter storm coming our way? Yeah, check this out. We've got us a good 5 or 6 inches here. Anyway, I gotta go get my wife from work, do a little bit of shoveling, and then get back at it. Alright, a quick update. This is really dusty. Safety first, got safety glasses, a dust respirator. I've upped my game to include an angle grinder. And that's just a real cheapo model that I got from Harbor Freight. Oh my gosh, a long time ago, quite a while ago. My DeWalt safety glasses, those are by far my favorite safety glasses I have ever had. Those things are amazing. They fit comfortable just like real fitting like sunglasses. They stay put, they don't fog up, they're amazing. And there's Tavish back from the gym. You ready to work?
Now?
As soon as you're ready, let's do it.
Here.
I've got this front side completely sanded. It's ready for, we're going to put primer on it. We're just going to make that black just because the...
You don't see it anyway, so it's fine.
And you're not going to see it anyway, it's going to be fine. Got this part done, and then inside of here to that point right there. Slow going, I had to clean another grease spot off from way back there. Purple Power degreaser, cleaner degreaser, to get all the rust stuff off, and then I've just been attacking with sandpaper and grinding. We're getting this thing ready for primer. Yes?
Yes.
Yes, still yes. Alright, go get cleaned up, boys. Let's get to work. Let's do it. And that is why you wear a dust respirator. All of that would have been in my lungs or my nasal passages, whatever, but oh my gosh, don't do dumb stuff, right? Let's be smart. Nice and clean on the inside other than where I've touched it, but just dirty as can be on the outside. Be smart, don't do dumb stuff. So Tavish is now applying, what did we call this stuff? The rust converter, that's what it's called. That wheel well has been treated. Look at how black it is compared to that one. It looks rusty and gross. That one is in the process of converting the rust. So we're just going to put a coat on all of the parts that we have ground down, sanded, and whatnot, and make sure that all of this rust, or as much of it as possible, is converted. And we do have to wait 24 hours before we can do anything else with this, so we're just going to keep going. I was hoping to get some primer done, but after reading the instructions on that stuff, we have to wait. So we're just going to carry on and start in this next section, work our way down until it's done. So this is the stuff that Tavish is currently using right here. It's called Rust Converter. It's going to put a zinc coating on it when it's done, converts the metal back, basically removing oxidation and whatnot, and then chemically changes it back into metal so that it's paintable and basically stops the rust. This company, Fertan, if I'm saying that correctly, F-E-R-T-A-N, Fertan, they sent me this stuff. They saw my videos and liked what I do, and they sent this stuff for me to try out, so thumbs up. There's a rust remover gel. We're going to use that on some really hard stuff that we're going to deal with. Rust remover that you actually mix with water and then soak the parts, so it will remove the rust as it soaks in the solution. A high temperature metal treatment, and an epoxy primer spray. So we're going to give these things a go right now. Rust converting first, so that we can paint and move on with the project. Thanks, Fertan. Needs more. And he's just using a foam brush to apply.
Goes a lot.
A little bit goes a long ways. And this stuff smells pretty strong. Tavish says it doesn't smell it too bad, but it stings my nose. But just brushes on kind of like paint. Alright, so while we're this far into the truck, we decided to go ahead and take these out as well. These are the filler necks. They have a little bit of rust on them too. I'm assuming that these would be hard to find to buy. I don't know if that's true or not, but these are in decent enough shape that they're salvageable. So we're just lightly sanding them down. We'll use the rust converter on these as well, and put them back in. Be good as new and last for the rest of the life of the truck. Should be awesome. Made some pretty good progress. I would say we're probably 3/4 the way done with this. We got rust converter on everything that we have sanded / ground, whatever that word would be. Tavish is putting the finishing touches on the last piece there. These had locking gas caps in them. And I had to just kind of chisel away at those and break them apart until they finally fell down through the neck of them. There they are right there. There's one of them. And you can see I just kind of had to break it apart to try to get it skinny enough to fall down through the neck. Somebody had already started on that process on this one. I just had to finish it off. But we made good progress. We'll do a couple more evenings in here to finish it up. Get this thing on the truck. Right, boy?
Yes.
Yes. So I got a gift in the mail. Actually, our truck got a gift in the mail today. And it is a great big package. But this is a surprise. I'm going to make a list of all of the things that need to be done before we can open this. Tavish doesn't know that I got this yet, so this is going to be a surprise to him as well. I'm going to make that list, and then we'll check out what all needs to happen before we can open this box up. First of all, remove rust from the underside of the bed, prime the underside of the bed, paint the underside of the bed, and then out on the truck, we need to remove the gas tanks, pressure wash the frame because it still has enough stuff on it that we need to just pressure wash it to get it clean. Then we need to sand it down, basically removing the rust from the frame. Prime the frame and then paint it. Install the gas tanks again, and then we need to set the bed back on the truck and bolt it on. Once all of that's done, we'll open this box and see what we got. Let's get busy. And we'll just set that right there as our reminder and a checklist of what we got to get done. That even with that curtain up and with the garage door, well, it's probably about 1/3 the way open, dust still gets back behind here like that. So when you're done, be sure and vacuum. I've already vacuumed off the top of this and around there. Gotta keep Mama happy. That's important. Alright, so following the instructions on the Furtan rust converter, and by the way, that is some super micro print. I had to bust out my readers and stand in some serious light to be able to read that. My eyes aren't what they used to be, but what it says is to apply it, wait at least 24 hours. We did from here back to there in the first night, and then I completed the rest of it the next night. So this has been 48 hours here and here, and then the back half of the truck has been 24 hours. So we're good to go. We're within the window of the recommended time space, but it says to rinse it with water. I added just a tiny bit of soap to it just to make sure that we get just everything off that we need to get off of it. Remove any chemicals or anything else that might be on it. So I've already wiped down this front section. I started wiping down inside the wheel well there, and I've come across here to this point right there, and you can see the difference. Rinsed, not rinsed. Right, so this is nice and smooth and ready for a final wipe down and then primer. Still getting some zinc transfer onto my hands, but that's actually a good thing. You want some of that to stay on there. That is the chemical treatment that prevents the rust. You want that to stay on. You want your primer to stick, right? That's the goal. So I'm going to get the rest of this thing wiped down, and we are very, very slowly attacking our list of things to do so that we can get this thing back on the truck that's actually sitting out there under a big old pile of snow at the moment. Alright, we are ready to check off one of the items. Boom! Behind me, I give you the paint-ready bottom side of this truck bed. It's taken a full week to get everything scrubbed down and to the point that we are ready to throw some color on it. That'll be coming up in the next video. For now, help us support this build and keep our channel growing. This is a 79 Ford, starting to term it Rust-O-Mod because of all the rust that's on it. But anyway, this is Project Midnight Maroon. That's what we're gonna start calling this. It's gonna be a deep maroon color with some black highlights on it and those type of things. We've got some really cool plans coming, especially for the interior. I'm super excited about that. So be sure and like and subscribe, ring that bell so that you get notified of new videos when they're posted. This is Troy, DIY Home and Auto, checking out. Well, you know how I that was a mistake.